What a 24-hour period. We have a president who has not showed his face in a few days. We have him with a letter that's not even got his office of the presidency, his seal on it, even his campaign listed on it, with the signature that has been proven to be a little bit different than the other signatures. Where is our fearless president, our healthy vigor president that literally had people going before Sunday morning news anchors yesterday stating they're in it to win it? And all of a sudden it changes a little after lunch. Crazy times that we live in. I believe we are just seeing the start of a very hectic election season. Let's dive in. Hey guys, welcome to The Max. Thank you so very much for being here today. If you are new to the channel, go down here, press subscribe, ring the bell. Give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down, that's okay, but let us know what you think about the content of today's video. Our goal is to share our life with you, but also to share good common sense approaches to the life that we live so we can gain wisdom as we try to navigate this crazy world. Now let's talk about the stories at hand. You know, we want to talk about more, but because we're in such a political season and because the election is so important to America, it's something that we need to discuss. And with all of a sudden our president writing a letter yesterday and releasing it on Twitter, X, that he was bowing out of the election based on his health. Now, a few things. We talked about this the other day. The question is, was it actually Biden who got out? And what I mean by that is, was he forced out by donors and by the players that be? Because I mean, the last few days, I told you in a video just a few days ago that it was going to happen by the weekend, and he declined it. And I told you he was declining it because they were trying to build the structure behind it. Now all of a sudden the man gets on a plane to go to Delaware to heal up from being sick, and then releases with a letter with no office of the president seal on it, no Biden-Harris campaign letterhead, straight up white paper with a Microsoft Word and a signature on the bottom that does not even look like his signature with the underline on it. That's a lot. So the question comes down to, where is our president? Remember, it's not November yet. We still have 3 or 4 months before an election. And then remember, the next president doesn't take presidency and take over till January. So we have about 5 months left of a gentleman who we can't find and has not even made a video releasing the fact that he's out of the race. Just yesterday morning, he had talking heads going on literally cable news and CBS Morning and all these morning shows stating that he's in it to win. He's the only one viable to take over. The only one viable to beat Trump like he did in 2020, quote unquote. Now the question is this: did they not get their own president's memo? It said yesterday that the chief of staff is going to have a presser with all his staff because this blindsided them. None of them were ready at the White House for what took place. His advisors do nothing about that. That is crazy. But just a few days ago, if you remember, the Harris spokesman and the Harris people were at the White House saying, look, it's our time. They were saying that, I think, Thursday of last week, prior to Biden making this announcement, even prior to Biden getting on a plane to go back to Delaware. And I told you I thought it was very odd that he was going to Delaware and not D.C. Now, before we go any deeper in this conversation, a word from our sponsor. I gotta be honest, every time I walk into a grocery store and see the prices of food, it blows my mind. It blows my mind what people are paying for just meat, for the simple necessities in life. I know in today's economic situation, by the time we pay all our bills, by the end of the month, we would hope to have a lot more money than we have. It seems like we're not left over with a good bit of money. So guess what? Most people are relying on credit cards. Well, remember, credit card rates are crazy high. And it seems like if you're trying to just pay the minimums or you're just trying to get by, it never goes down. It seems like it's creeping on up. When you get your notice and you see it and you're thinking, there's no way I'll ever get this off of me. The minimums are getting higher and my balance is getting higher and I can't seem to overcome it. If you are a homeowner, there could be a solution. That's the point of today's sponsor, American Financing. They're a family-owned mortgage company that's been around for 25 years. They can tap into your home equity and hopefully you can get a handle and control those credit card bills. On average, their customers save around $854. Do you know that's equivalent to about a $10,000 raise by saving that amount of money each and every month? The process is very straightforward and very quick. You can close on a loan within 10 days. And by acting today, you may not even have to pay your next monthly payment. The opportunity to be debt-free, to get a control on your budget during very tough times like we're in, is right in front of you. Call this number below or check out this link, americanfinancing.net/themax. And there you will see how much you can save. There's nothing like having independence when it comes to your money. And in this time when groceries, like we were talking, and meat and all those things are so expensive, if we could give a peace of mind by maybe being able to get these debts off of us and putting it together and getting on the road to having no debt and having less debt and a manageable budget each and every month, that gives us a peace of mind. Check out americanfinancing.net/themax, and I truly believe they can help you get a control on your monthly budget. Now, we live in a very chaotic time. Sometimes we can't believe our eyes and our ears. But the fact is, we've not seen the president come out and actually make this announcement. It's funny, there was a spoof out that was done by a memer, and they put a little, insignia of a news article on it. And of course, it had bad cursing in it and things like that, and so people knew it was fake, but it looked extremely real. If they can make something look extremely real, then why are they not even at least doing that for our president to bow out of this race? And here again, behind the scenes, what was going on? By the time that letter came out, Alex Soros and Reid Hoffman and some of the biggest donors and the biggest players on the left came out to endorse Kamala. Hillary and Bill came out and endorsed Kamala. I mean, this was that quick. They said she raised over $46 million in one day after this. The little spokesman, Harry Sison and Chris Mowry, these little, 20-somethings that loved Biden. Oh, they don't love Biden anymore. They love Harris. Already made TikToks about her. So it was all a ploy and plan. Now, here's the thing. Was it a ploy and plan to not have a true primary? I mean, think about it. What other time in history have we literally skipped over primary season and just allowed the superdelegates to basically decide who was actually going to run? That's exactly what happened. Is it Kamala's to lose, or should the conference have something to say? Should the convention have words to say? Now, someone very notable that did not come out and completely endorse Kamala. Gavin did. Whitmer did. But Obama didn't. So why did Obama not endorse, especially when they said he was the one running everything, quote unquote, behind the scenes? And there's been a spokesman, anonymous spokesman, saying Michelle has a lot to do with Kamala's raise and her rise to power to have this nomination, to have all this money coming in. So why did Obama not back him? Also, some of the extreme left is saying we want to open floor debate. Manchin, who's a centrist, is now saying he wants to drop his independent and come back to the Democrats so he can run for president. But what about Kennedy? Kennedy's family just came out and supported Biden 2 days prior to this announcement, as a whole family unit coming out supporting him, to then turn around and basically spit in the face of their brother, who didn't even get a shot at running for the Democratic primary. Is that fair? Is that quote unquote a democracy? Now, I hate the term democracy. We are a constitutional republic. But the term democracy was used by the left to say that they had freedoms to do what they wanted to do, and these crazy right people and these Republicans were trying to ruin that. Well, we elected someone based on a primary, and the left didn't. Why is that? Why did the left do what they did? So now let's talk about where we're at. We have money rolling in, pouring into Kamala. Kamala is getting endorsement after endorsement from the left. But the extreme left and the extreme center, such as the mansions, may not be under this yet. So the question is, what are they playing for? Are they actually going to run against her, or are they vying for a cabinet spot, a VP slot, or something a little bit better? I said yesterday in the live, and I did a live reaction, but think about it. If Kamala is at the top of the ticket, she is a West Coast Californian liberal, they've got to pull to the middle. I don't think they're going to pull to Gavin. I don't believe Michelle will do it. I believe that you're going to see someone like a Shapiro, a Westmore, a Bashir, a Whitmer, someone that's going to pull to the center and try to, and even though they're not, I mean, they are extreme liberals too, but I think she's going to try to look at it as, I've got to find a more moderate version so we can work together. And I'm anxious to see what's going to happen. Now, I do believe Trump polls better than Kamala. I think, like I told you before, I wish it was always Biden, always Kamala, no one else. So I hope Kamala actually gets the nomination. I believe that she's horrible when it comes to teleprompters. She's horrible when it comes to debates, and she's not really good on camera. You can tell she doesn't have kids. You can tell she's not really good at just kind of coming into her own self. She's not a natural either. She doesn't flow well. So all that kind of benefits Trump, because Trump flows very well. He'll hug people and take pictures with them, and Kamala's not that person. You listen to how she speaks at certain events. If she's speaking to an African American crowd, or she's speaking to a white crowd, or she's speaking to a church crowd, it's so different, and that's just distasteful. And I think people have seen that for the last few years. Remember, she was the czar of the border. She was also over some of the situations in the Middle East. She was going to take a bigger role when it comes to the G7. And all those things actually never came out to actually benefit her. All of them really were failures. So are they escalating her before the convention to then turn around and burn her? Or are they really backing her and saying that she is the choice? The DNC, I never have watched the DNC convention, but this year I might, because I'm anxious to see what's going to happen. I would love to see kind of like a House of Cards thing where they open it up on the floor and really allow the delegates who did not get a say, who did not get a vote, and the Democrats who are part of these states did not get a say in their own nomination. That is wrong. So now we end a week with an attempt on someone's life, lawfare against opposition leader. Our president is nowhere to be found, and we have gotten someone thrown in as a coup and basically taken over the DNC nomination with no election. If that's not some third world banana republic kind of stuff, I don't know what is. What world are we living into? And I think that the next coming months, we're going to see some major black swan events, because the world leaders are looking at this too, because they're saying, where's Biden? Where's he at? I mean, he's canceled everything this week. The man doesn't even have the Biden headquarters on Twitter anymore. It went to Kamala quickly. Is he even alive? I mean, is he that sick where he's in a bed and we can't talk to him? Just spokesmen tell us what he wants to say? That's kind of crazy to be leading the world's biggest economy, biggest country, and we can't even see our leader. A lot to be said. Are they going to get him out? Are they going to 25th Amendment him? I'm anxious to see what the next few days are going to look like. Comment below your thoughts. Tell me your thoughts on what's going to happen. That helps us grow as a community and helps us understand better. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Also remember, check out the sponsor. You have to get out of debt. You have to restructure your debt to make sure that you're taking care of your family and doing the very best you can. Let this company help you. You could do better with your credit cards. You could do better with your budget. Try to be able to have more money at the end of the month and to do better and to take care of your family. Guys, thank you for watching. God bless.